What's going on, everybody? Thank you all for joining me today. If you haven't already, please make sure you hit the like button because that's the most important thing you can do for me on this channel. What it does, that helps to make sure that those who are subscribed to the channel will indeed get their notifications, and it also helps to push this video through the YouTube algorithm as well. Secondly, if you're new to the channel, or maybe you've been ghost watching this channel for quite some time now, please do me a favor and yourself a favor by hitting the subscribe button as well as the bell notification next to the subscribe button so you can be notified whenever I release a new video. And lastly, please make sure you share this video out on your social media platforms to your family and friends to inform them on this news and information. And yes, that does help to give me a slight boost in the YouTube algorithm as well. And with the introduction out of the way, let's get into today's news. And today we have to discuss how Kamala Harris is currently very much so literally begging for a second debate against Donald Trump. She's begging for a debate, and I'm going to play that video of her begging for another debate right now. But why is she begging the way that she's begging? She's begging because her internal polling is reflecting that she is losing this race. In my opinion, I assume, well, for YouTube's sake, I'll say that, right? But in my opinion, her internal polling is reflecting that she is losing this election. And I say that because, based off of her own words and what we're getting ready to listen to here, she's going to talk to her crowd of supporters, and she's very much so literally going to tell them, do not pay attention to the polling that comes from mainstream media because we are the underdogs. Watch this.
So we're here to speak truth. And one of the things that we know, this is going to be a tight race until the very end. Okay? So let's not pay too much attention to the polls because we are running as the underdog. Okay? And we have some hard work ahead of us, but we like hard work. Hard work is good work.
So as you can see coming out of her own mouth, once again, she states, do not pay attention to the polling. Do not pay attention to what the mainstream DNC media is saying, because if you let them tell it, Kamala Harris is winning by a landslide, right? But the reality is that her own internal polling with her campaign is showing, no. You are losing. And you desperately need another debate. And this is why now word has already been put out there by the Harris administration, or I should say by the Harris campaign, that Harris accepts CNN debate invitation for October 23rd, again challenging Trump to another showdown. Now, remember, she rejected the Fox News invitation because she doesn't want an actual fair and balanced debate. That's not what she's looking for. But she has accepted the October 23rd invitation from CNN. And here's the video of Kamala Harris right now, just simply begging. Let's get into this one.
Well, you probably heard I would like another debate. So I'm hoping the former vice president will agree to that. But we have a lot more to discuss.
You raised $27 million message to Donald Trump as he's called for.
I want to pause right there. She said, I hope that he accepts the invitation to the second debate because we have a lot more to discuss. There isn't anything left to discuss at this point. Kamala Harris has so far engaged in roughly around 3 interviews, I'd say. A lot of people call them softball interviews. I wouldn't even say that because a softball still hurts if you get hit by one. She's engaged in T-ball interviews. She engaged in a T-ball interview with Dana Bash on CNN. She engaged in another T-ball interview with a local ABC news station. She had another T-ball, you can say town hall-esque interview with Oprah Winfrey. And she failed these scripted T-ball events every single time. She has failed miserably because she just cannot respond to any questions off script as it pertains to her policies. She literally repeats the same mumbo jumbo every time. And despite the fact that she continues to repeat the same thing over and over again every time, she still can't seem to remember her lines, making her come off as extremely disingenuous and fake. And that is her main issue right now, outside of the fact that her and Joe Biden destroyed the economy and created the migrant crisis, right? But the point is that there is nothing left to talk about. All that could be said and that should be said has already been stated, especially when it's coming from Kamala Harris. She simply wants a second debate so that hopefully they can get Donald Trump in another gotcha moment. They want another, they're eating the dogs, they're eating the cats moment. But what's funny about that is that it's futile. The eating the dogs and eating the cats moment didn't do anything. It didn't move the needle at all. If anything, Kamala Harris actually slid back some in her polling. So looking for that moment again, it really doesn't make any sense, but that's how desperate Harris is. But let's let her finish out the rest of her begging. My apologies for interrupting.
Donald Trump as he's called for a second presidential debate. I know you told your donors that you're looking for any excuse or a reason not to. But what's your message to him?
Join me on the debate stage. Let's have another debate. There's more to talk about, and the voters of America deserve to hear the conversations that I think we should be having on substance, on issues, on policies. What's your plan? What's my plan? And we should have another one before Election Day. So thank you all.
Once again, there isn't anything else to talk about. There isn't anything else to talk about. And that's why Donald Trump has also rejected this invitation also. He's turned it down. He says there's nothing to talk about. And I want to let him explain why that is. But you know what? Before that, it's honestly just for giggles, just for laughs. Let me play Kamala Harris's surrogate on CNN, who's begging also, and who's also somewhat engaging, you can say, in kind of shaming tactics, right? But let's get into it, and I'll explain more of that afterwards.
Unprecedented in modern American
Let me rewind it back just a little bit.
It would be unprecedented in modern American presidential history for the two candidates who are running to only engage in one debate. So we believe that the American people deserve to see that.
So he said it's unprecedented for presidential candidates to only engage in one debate. But the reality is Donald Trump has engaged in two. What is unprecedented is for a sitting president who is running for re-election to halfway through the race, reach his arm out and tag the hand of his tag team partner, and then she comes in to replace him. That's unprecedented. We've never seen anything like that before. We've never seen a presidential candidate who's currently sitting in office, Joe Biden, who is running for re-election, losing so badly that his own party did an internal coup, I assume, to remove him from running for re-election and replacing him with his vice president. An internal coup, from what it appeared to be to me. And to many of you who are watching this right now, that is unprecedented. But saying that it's unprecedented for these two candidates to engage in only one debate, that's being disingenuous. Trump has already engaged in two. Kamala has only engaged in one, and she only wanted to engage in one when she knew it would be a 3-on-1. And from this moment forward, there really isn't anything left to say or anything left to prove. And Donald Trump will also explain that as well.
The problem with another debate is that it's just too late. Voting has already started. She's had her chance to do it with Fox. Fox invited us on, and I waited, and they turned it down. But now she wants to do a debate right before the election with CNN because she's losing badly.
She's losing badly. She's losing badly. And like he said, it's just too late. It's too late. Early voting has already started. You turned down the Fox News debate because you didn't want a fair debate. And you just have to deal with the consequences of essentially your inaction, not wanting to have honest debates, not wanting to have honest and fair interviews. Meanwhile, on the other side of the political spectrum, you have J.D. Vance and Donald Trump, who have given multiple interviews at this point. These guys are doing and holding press conferences open to the press all the time. So your inaction is your own undoing as it pertains to Kamala Harris losing in the internal pollings that are displaying this for her, that has led her to now be sitting here begging for a second debate. It's too late. It's too late. So with all that being said, that does it for today's video. I want to thank you all for joining me today. Hit the like button on your way out. Subscribe to the channel if you're new to the channel. And also don't forget to share this video out on your social media platforms and follow me on Telegram and Rumble. That is extremely important that you follow me on Telegram and Rumble. Both my Telegram and Rumble link is in the description box below and will be pinned in the comment section as well. Thank you all for your time. And until the next video, peace and have a great afternoon.